Hey everybody, ronarray here, and in this video I want to showcase my 0 to hero BAMA progression. This is one of the strongest minion builds right now, with a great scaling potential, multiple ascendancy and setup variations, from chaos to fully elemental. The build is also very strong on the league start and can reach both decent damage and pretty nice survivability, even on a budget. So BAMA is a minion-based build, based on Mirror Arrow of Bombarding clones, Transfigured Gem, which summons a clone that attacks with rain of arrows, using your bow and quiver. You can have up to 3 clones from it. And there's also Blink Arrow of Prismatic clones, which summons 3 more clones that will use elemental arrows instead. So Blink Arrow is mostly used to run around, and Mirror Arrow is your main damage and skill there. Let's go forward and I will showcase my 0 to hero journey with it. So we get the Fireball first, kill the Hillock and get the Rolling Magma up to level 8. After that, getting Summon Raging Spirit is much better way to progress. Initially I rolled bad socket color, so I've been using Chance to Poison and Summon Fountain with it. But perfectly, you will need to use Melee Splash and added lightning damage as supports for your Summon Raging Spirit, and as the last socket, you can get added cold damage or unleash for quality of life. Both of them should work just fine. First Ascendancy, Commander of Darkness. You can finish all acts with your SRS if you want, but I prefer to re-pick to the BAMA around Act 6 when Lily is available, and it's significantly easier to buy gems. Here I'm selling Transfigured Gems that I got from the first few laps to get some Kelses and buy BAMA, together with nice rare bow with some elemental damage on it. Also getting a Leercast helmet to improve the damage of the minions. Now about the skill. So for early setup, I'm getting Blink Arrow of Prismatic clones together with Haste and Guardian Blessing support, because that way we can have haste every time when we are casting Blink Arrow of Prismatic clones, which we are going to use for the movement. And also Feeding Frenzy here is helping significantly because it can improve damage of all minions. And the main skill is Mirror Arrow of Bombarding clones together with Concentrated Effect, Minion damage and Faster Attack support. If you don't have slot for Concentrated or want more AoE, you can just use Elemental damage with Attack support instead. And as an aura, we currently need Precision, Clarity to fix our mana, and Purity of Elements to pretty much fix our resistances, and that way we'll be immune to all elemental ailments. And when you're buying bow, it's just important to get elemental bow with a lot of elemental damage. Time to run some more laps to level up our main skill and try to get some expensive stuff, such as Ice Nova Crossbows. Selling it for the nice amount of Chaos Orbs and getting a little more upgrades. Bronze Body Armor, Perk V2 Amulet, and 30% movement speed boost. Well, time to finish off Kitava. Setting up the league mechanics is recommended right after X, so I got some crops ready here. Got first Divine as a random drop, nice. And the Divine in Ritual as well, feel kinda rich now. Next upgrade is an Ancient Skull Helmet. It will make our minions hear whispers and deal more crits, based on our max power charge amount, roughly 30 to 35% of damage. Going for the new bow as well, which should be 100% physical one, because we can convert Fist to Chaos with Unnatural Strength Ascendancy node, and deal more damage due to Wither stacks. Time to get a Saint's Link as well. I will just click random 6 link with Greed Essence for max health bonus, and what? It worked out pretty nice. Here's the new gem setup. It's a minion damage, added chaos damage, concentrated, volatility and fresh meat. Early Atlas progression is mostly focused around maps, so going for map related nodes first. To progress faster, I'm also buying tier 10 map, since build is strong and we can handle that without any issue. Got my first red map drop from it as well, and this is poor tier 11. But let's get a little more bold, and I will get tier 16 map to complete it, because I found a cheap corrupted one at the market. Deader hits kinda hard, but well, map is finished and everything is just fine. And now, well, it's Kahato in maps. His physical damage is absolutely insane. So well, rest in peace my character. First Maven invite is pretty easy to do as well. Clone as just mount bosses while you're running around without any issue. Time for the last Ascendancy. For the last Ascendancy we are going for Bone Barrier. There to get more sustain with leech and physical damage reduction from minions. Time to get some suppress on. I will buy amazing boots, also pretty cheap with dex, resistance and suppress. It's 100% worth the investment. Getting anointment for the amulet is pretty important as well. Since my amulet been corrupted, I needed to buy tainted oil for it. However, instinct requires just Sepe and Azure, so it should be very accessible and it should cap your spell suppression, which is very important. And let's kick the infinite hunger. Well, that was fast, but no good drops from him. What about Blackstar? Alright, it was even faster. BAMA is pretty strong to be honest. Time to farm some more maps. And nice, another nice drop. And we can sell that to all those 3-star players running around. So focusing on gods, for that build I'm taking Soulful Narrays mostly for physical damage reduction and movement speed. And Soul of Grootcool because physical damage is our biggest issue. And for the bosses you could repick for Soul of Solaris because you can get reduced elemental damage taken if you haven't been hit recently. However, any combination works. So now let's roll some flasks. Generally, I try to aim for instant recovery when on low life and immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood at the same time. I think such Divine Life Flask probably would be the best for the build. And here it is. Just perfect. Black Knight was surprisingly tanky. But well, foul nonetheless. Sweet Verisium. Harvest is always a great way to make currency even early on, because juice is always required for craft and you can use it yourself. So I always recommend to get some harvest. Now I'm buying the next upgrade, which is Quiver. It's time to get some craft from unveils for it as well. And here it is. We just need to get Frenzy on critical on the Quiver, because that way we will be able to provide Frenzy for our clones, and it helps a lot with their damage. Let's farm some more ritual to get the divines that I rolled there before. And keeping the distance from enemies always helps to survive when you are playing minion builds. BAMA can easily off-screen if you wish so. Let's get even better bow now. And let's try to get some nice mods with Exalt here. And it failed. Well, sometimes crafting attack speed back then there. Time to get some jewel for minion damage, chaos damage for clones, life for me, and some taunt chance. Finally selling an ambush scarab that I dropped before. Prices are very crazy for those. And getting the divines back from the ritual finally. Well, ritual is always nice and generous, at least for me. One more invitation, and those are pretty easy with the minion playstyle. Run around and that's pretty much it. Time to get some chaos rings. Minus mana is also nice to manage our huge skill mana cost. We'll try to force some Elrion now to drop his jewelry, but he's still kinda hiding, so it could be harder. Since the ring had minus mana already, let's craft Endurance Charge here. It will boost the character's survivability. Perfectly, we need both minus mana and charges on both of our rings. Buy an Elrion ring instead, because it took so long to farm one, and it's a fail. Let's do one more. And here it is. It usually takes only a few tries. Now we already have Endurance Charge on the ring. So let's get minus mana craft instead. Well, perfection. Now we need to roll plus 6% of spell suppression as an implicit on the gloves. It usually requires many clicks, but whoa, I got real lucky in there. Usually it takes significantly more attempts. Adding minion damage to the bow from King's March. It is about 6% of general damage, and we can also make the bow 5-link to fill the Kalin Strike in for our Blink Arrow. Well, another divine drops from tier 60, lucky me. More main invites, and there are so many of them in the current game. And let's get some Watchstones finally. How fast we can kill the Exile. Whoa, that was impressive for a fresh start. Got him before the first cast of balls. Now's the time for Eater of Worlds. Well, he didn't do much, but still casted the stage like once. It's not really changing anything, and BAMA literally obliterates EXARCH here. So the most important part for our damage here being our bow, which had a lot of physical damage and decent attack speed, together with Ancient Skull, which provides a lot of critical strike chance for our minions, and Perkil 2, which gives our minions damage with hits is lucky. And another very important trump card here is Fresh Meat Support. It works very great with Ancient Skull and gives crazy amount of critical strike chance for our minions, together with critical strike multiplier as well, if we constantly recast that. So that's pretty much just the recipe for our success here. My BAMA Zero to Hero journey went pretty smooth so far. The build is really strong and comfortable to play by itself. Taking on harder content without too much investing or crafting is a cool feature, and the linear progression is just a cherry on top. It is significantly easier to slowly improve the build, because most of the stuff that you need to get is relatively cheap and easy to plan around, mostly focusing on damage from bow, quiver and jewels, and defenses from armor and the tree. It can also scale significantly further, just fine, because the damage is already an overkill for most of tier 16 related content. You've seen how fast I killed EXARCH for the Voidstone, for example, so even without some particular uniques we have a lot of damage here. Hope you enjoyed my Zero to Hero journey as well. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. ronarray out.